Ferrari have just launched the livery of the year. Mwah, mamma mia, it is. We have yellow, and that's a strange thing to say when we've got the majestic red. That car just looks absolutely phenomenal. It was just another Twitter launch of the car. Let's take a look at that video. And it was a little bit disappointing actually, because last year they had a proper launch, didn't they? They had the car launch, which was a live event. They got a shakedown of the car, and it was done in front of, you know, all the guys and girls that worked on that car. And for me, that's how it should be. Very proud of the work that they've done and put into a car. But we've gone back to this sort of, yeah, here's the new car, guys. What do you think? And I think that's, you know, a lot of people were complaining that they don't really like all that sort of stuff. For me, I love it, and it's a shame that we've come to this way. But let's get to this car. It is wow. I mean, just take a look. It looks absolutely fantastic. They've absolutely knocked it out of the park. Last year for me was really, really nice, just with a few hiccups on the side of the car. But this year, I'm so glad they've incorporated some yellow into this car. We've seen it on the 75th anniversary of the car, on the livery that came out last year, which is a small one, and it looked brilliant, and I was sort of begging for more. And the race suits, when they came out, had a little twinkle of yellow on there, and I was hopeful that we'd see more of the same. It's not an awful lot, but it's just like, it's so fantastic to see it on there. Yes, there's carbon, but they've done it in all the right places on this car, haven't they? They've tried to hide it in the gully and the dip that we see in the engine cover. So on a full side-on view, you get the beautiful red. And yes, this is one that I really, really like. They've kept the nice black elements of the front and the rear wing, which I love, but we've got some colour on the front wing. One of the second element on the front wing is now red, as are the wing end plates. We also see that match up at the rear of the car on the rear wing, which looks tremendous. You know, the car just looks overall, it is quite different. And the big one for me, I absolutely love the red rims. Wow, this is what I mean. I've just gone off these sort of standard black rims with black rubber. It just looks too black, and you know, to add some colour and brightness to that, it just really sticks out. It stands out on this car. I love the little yellow and white rings in the inner circle of the rims that they've put on there. I mean, they've just gone into the fine details. They've got rid of that hideous side black blodge that we've seen on the side pod for last year's car, and that's, you know, that's really refined. Looks really, really good, this one. It's all carbon in all the right places. The rear engine cover, we had the black last year, carbon just the sort of bit at the top, that's all gone. Yeah, it just looks so much different as well, this car, compared to last year's car. You know, the front nose, it's now got a fatter nose than we've seen on last year's car. As I said, the side pods have had their cheeks sort of sucked in, haven't they, underneath of the car as they get towards the bottom. It's really gone deep in where the barge boards are, and it looks significantly different to last year. The rear of the car now looks more like the Mercedes, with the sort of fatter back as it goes towards the exhaust tip, whereas last year it sort of slimmed down as we got to the exhaust tip there, didn't we? Overall, I think the rear wing, it's got the red on the side only before. Now it just waves up and wraps around at the top. The only thing that I not sure about is the yellow and white stripes on the rear wing. It feels like they just finished nowhere, and I do love the black with the Ferrari and white at the top of that. Yeah, it just looks brilliant. As I say, the carbon fin on the engine cover at the top's gone. It's all red now. All round, I just think this looks absolutely stunning. You know, the car looks significantly different this year, and what a job. The halo as well, it's all nice and red along the top end, or front end on view on that one. Over the top there's just enough black. Yes, you do get the carbon, and it's all in the sort of gully and underneath, and it looks like it just gives the car a bit of a shadow, doesn't it? And I think they've just put it in all the right places on this one. Overall, I think this car tops the lot. I absolutely love it. I think it actually beats the McLaren's livery for me, which was right up there. But yeah, this is Ferrari for you. They've just absolutely knocked it out of this park on this one. They've gone for a completely different design concept. They've said they've redesigned last year's car to this year. It's quite a big change. It's not an evolution from the last 2 years' cars, which were effectively that. They've tried to just add more aero stability to this car. It's one of the big issues that they had last year was, as they were hitting the speeds down the straight, the rear end sort of lost stability and they lost a bit of downforce as they were pushing the limits on last year's car. Gave them that instability, and the drivers were reluctant to push towards the edge, and when they did, you know, it's probably why we've seen so many accidents last year. So they've said they've gone for a car that is more drivable. The drivers can push it to the limit, stay on the limit for longer. And yeah, let's see if it delivers. You know, it's a big year for Ferrari. They've, you know, just come off the high of signing Lewis Hamilton for 25, and this is a big car because it's got to show everybody in the world that, look, we're here, we're fighting for the championship this year. It's looking forward into 2026. They've set off on the right foot with this livery. It absolutely looks banging. It's all round, all over. It looks yeah, it just looks stunning, isn't it? There's enough sponsorship car all over this car, isn't there, compared to what we've seen in the past Ferraris, which is a good thing. You know, we're seeing more and new sponsors all over it. It looks brilliant. But yeah, Ferrari have really whacked it out of the park. Next up, we've got Mercedes and McLaren tomorrow, and I'm actually really interested in the McLaren one because we've already had their livery reveal, so I'm really interested to see what they come up with there in their launch tomorrow. So watch out for the review of that tomorrow. Mercedes, anything but all black will be a big surprise, wouldn't it? So let's see what they come up with tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for watching. Ferrari, hats off, what a job. See you tomorrow.